For any Xbox or PlayStation codes or cheap games on any platform, use the referral link in the description. It'll take you to g2a.com. Use the promo code CHES over there and you'll get yourself 3% cash back. For all No Identity merchandise, hats, hoodies and t-shirts, follow the link in the description down below to the No Identity Fan Fiber website. Hey guys, welcome to episode 12 of Season 2 here at Oviedo. We are now in January as we entered into it in the last episode, and we've already, even on the first, thrown around a number of contract offers for players to potentially sign on pre-contracts for next season. I'll quickly show you in the negotiations tab how many players we've offered for Rico, Korb, Castro, Stocker, Vezo, Timor and Cicciaretti. I'm hoping to sign almost all of them if possible, plus waiting on your guys' suggestions for other options we could look at for this second season January transfer window. Yassine wants to go out on loan, that's fine. Costing a significant salary. He really isn't. I don't think Yassine is on much more than a few hundred. Let's have a look at the contracts, shall we? We'll sort by position. Oh, I just saw him there. He's on... That is not significant... That's not significant wages. £1,200 a week is not significant wages, but I will send him out on loan if that's what he wants to do. He's not playing for me at the end of the day, so I might as well. Where are you? You'll see, I'll scroll past you. We'll throw him on the loan list for a year, because I'm not going to need him at all. We'll have a look at the transfer offer first, before having a look at the scouting updates. There's an offer for Yaselu. He's top goal scorer in the league right now, and obviously has been a revelation for us this season. Pretty much the main reason why we are where we are in the league, which is near the very top. 68 to 94 potential for Juan Marcos, but I think it's going to be towards the lower reaches if his overall is a maximum of 53 at the age of 16. 15 years old is something we could look into. Those 72 to 92, definitely say no to you, and to you, and to you, and to you, and to you. And we'll see what you're all about, Fernando Castro. He looks like he could be quite decent, actually. If he's up as high as the mid-60s at the age of 16, then that could show quite a good bit of promise. 74 to 94 for Gabriele Moretti. I want to find out exactly what position he plays in before I commit. 84 to 94 for Valerio Bruno. Definitely signing you regardless of wherever you play. 65 to 87. I'm actually going to say no to him. 71 to 94, maybe. 72 to 94 and 68 to 94. We will we'll hold off and wait. I want to see where that youngster that we just called up actually plays. Let's have a look, shall we? Greco is looking like he could be a great player as well. So 85 to 94, his potential currently. Duarte still 15 years of age, and he's a centre mid. Of course he is. Everybody's a bloody centre mid right now. Valerio Bruno, 84 to 94 potential. He's 15 years of age. Similar in actually, well, kind of similar in stats to Duarte, but yeah, 5'7", 5'10". I think Duarte's still going to be my favourite player. He's better on the ball than Bruno, but obviously both of them could become quite good players. We have so many promising youngsters in the shortlist here. What I might do actually is call them all up and set them all for loan. Yep, I'm going to do that. I've just decided. I'm going to call them all up and set them to loan and try and get them some loan deals, because I'm not having the opportunity at present to train them, because I'm obviously training some other first team players that are also young and have the potential to grow quite a bit. So if I can send all these guys out on loan, then I might as well do that. Plus, obviously, if we have any injury, if we have another injury crisis like we've just come out the back of, then I have options available to me to actually go and... Who was the last one I offered? It was Richie, wasn't it? We have the opportunity to go and play these guys. Doesn't want any length on his contract. You might need to sign... He won't let me offer him anything more than a year. Okay, you have to sign something. I can't sign you on a non-contract. Have I already offered him a contract? No. There are so many youngsters. He doesn't want anything either. That's strange. Carazzo. But yeah, a lot of these youngsters do look promising. We'll just have to wait and see how well they grow over the course of the next couple of seasons. And obviously other players will come through in that time too. So some of them may get the opportunity now that we might be quite, excited about their prospects. But at the same time, there might be other players that come through in the next 12 months that immediately eclipse them and end up going above them in the pecking order. So we'll have to wait and see. I'm not sure whether Galdamez is fit to play yet ahead of Sanchez. Sanchez, to be fair, has been playing very well. Viti is still there. What I'm tempted to do is put Lovrencic on the right-hand side and see if he's fit again, and drop Caicedo to the bench. So I'm actually going to put Lovrencic on the bench at the very least, and I will try and start him in this game against Deportivo, because we have, of course, a game, or the first leg of the Copa del Rey round of 16 here against Deportivo La Coruña. No, Deportivo Alves even. We actually played Alves, was it last episode or the episode before? I think it may have even been the last one, wasn't it? It was, and we actually lost. We lost by 2-1. And we lost to Sociedad as well, so we're actually not in the best of form right now. Although we did dominate against Sociedad, we just couldn't score against Geronimo Rulli. And yeah, it seems Lovrencic can play. He is fit enough to be able to start. So we'll go into this game against Alves and hope to get a decent first leg victory if possible. And then we've got Atletico Madrid at the weekend, I believe. So it's going to be a really difficult few games. Let's see if Galdamez can actually start here. Well, let me put him in. It won't. Okay, it's not a problem. I'll be able to bring him on off the bench, so we don't need to worry too much about that. Right, okay, let's head into this game against Alves and see how we get on. Drop the video a like if you enjoy. Subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on any further content. Of course, let me know all your thoughts in the comment section down below for pre-contract signings only here in the 2nd January window of the save. And hopefully we can get a good cup win. Santos into Manu. Shot blocked by Ed Lewis. It'll be a corner to Alves in the opening 8 minutes. Ibai Gomez, the man to take the set piece. And well, it's not the best of corners, although I did ask Correa to head that and he's chested it down. And strike, but well wide from Raul. Alves starting on the front foot again, as they did for the majority of the game against us in the league yesterday. We just have to hope that we can withstand the pressure today and actually not concede a couple of goals. Especially considering they'd now be away goals in a cup tie. Sanchez into Correa. We'll take the advantage there. In there to Lovrencic, who unfortunately picked up a knock a moment ago. Joselu's brought it down well and chested it into the path of Correa. Correa will pull it in and Joselu try to turn it around the corner and keep heading towards that bottom left-hand side of the goal, but unfortunately the keeper was able to adjust his feet and get down to it. Good opportunity that, our first real one of the game so far, but sadly still goalless after 20 minutes. Video tackles the defender. Joselu is in my way, but thankfully he didn't touch the ball, otherwise he'd have been offside, and Video makes the defence pay for a costly mistake. Just running out of defence there, and we just put the foot in. I thought I was going to run into Joselu there, and the offside flag would have gone up, but thankfully he didn't. Video tucks it away nicely, and we lead here at home against Alves after 27 minutes. Ready with the tackle. Video's only got one option here in Correa, but he'll knock it back to Pineda. That's a foul, ref. No? Okay, nothing given. Fair enough. Pretty sure that was too physical a challenge, but never mind. Ibai Gomez looking to accelerate away from Kiko Femenia here. Great footwork from the youngster, and he's crossed it in, but Ed Lewis will head away. Now, can we go on the counter and get a second before half-time? No, is the answer to that question in this particular instance. Santos across there to Renato Augusto, blocked by Varela. Corner to Alves. Ibai Gomez to take it. Last corner he took wasn't the best. That's a much better delivery, and Edgar wins the header, but it's going to go wide for a goal kick. Looks like it's going to be 1-0 at the break. Pineda with the tackle, driving forward now. Joselu's made a great run, and we'll play him in. Joselu to make it 2. Surely no, good save by Pacheco. Should have buried that. That's a wasted opportunity to extend our lead here. Correa with the corner. Good delivery. Underneath it. Oh, he just misjudged the flight of it there, Ed Lewis, and he went over the top of him. Video gets the tackle in, though, but they have still managed to come away with it, and they're on the counter here. Can we put a tackle in there? I was hoping that Video would just stick a leg out, but unfortunately he didn't. Here's Raul Garcia. In there to Renato Augusto. We've managed to slow down their counter-attack, and actually completely stop it. Kiko Femenia will look to break away. He'll go again, and we'll play him in. And the right back on the overlap, he's actually making a great run here, and we'll look to dive inside, but it's not quite worked. 10 minutes into the second half, still just the 1-0. Lovrencic tackles the defender, trying to run away with it. Correa could get a foot in as well, and has done. Femenia will recover. Pineda, get it across here to Varela. Not really too sure why the left back's playing at centre mid, but Pineda's on a good run here. We'll knock that back. That wasn't the best of passes now, was it? Here's Luis Sanchez, though. We'll give that to Joaquin Correa. Drive around the outside, turn back inside, look for a teammate there. Joselu, take a touch and pull the trigger is something that he can't do. Pineda through there to Joaquin Correa. Joselu, get that quickly there to Sanchez, waiting for Correa to make the run around the outside of me. There he is, Joaquin Correa, and 2-0. Just had to take my time there, didn't want to rush it, but couldn't take too much time because the keeper was coming out to me. But thankfully, we timed everything to perfection. Wait for the run, there's the through ball, take a touch, settle yourself, bury it in the back of the net. 2-0. I'd rather have gotten the win in the league, but, you know, a 2-0 win in the cup isn't anything to be snubbed. So we'll have to be happy with the way things are going so far. And there's obviously the second leg in a week's time as well, that we could perhaps be a little bit more comfortable with with regards to the personnel that we play in it, considering we have some big games in the league surrounding these two cup ties, but they very nearly pull one back immediately, but thankfully Casillas is down well. Corner for Alves, 15 minutes from time. If we can avoid letting them get an away goal, then that would be preferable, of course. Made a couple of changes. Caicedo's on and Fran Villalba is on. Caicedo will play that over the top looking for Fran Villalba. He's not the fastest, but he has got the fresh legs. And he's getting away from the defender here. And I'm going to try and cross this to the back post where Caicedo is there. Oh no, off both posts! Off both posts! What a goal that would have been, but unbelievable. I can't believe we've not made it 3 there. That would have sealed the overall tie of both legs in this first one, I'm pretty sure. I don't see Alves coming back from 3 goals down, even in an extra 90 minutes worth of football. But, oh my lord, I can't believe we haven't actually finished the game off there. We'll get this up wide to Caicedo. We might still be able to finish off. Heavy touch from him, as I asked him to turn inside, look for a teammate, but I can't get the ball out of his feet, unfortunately. Trying to tackle there with Ed Lewis, but that's not worked. And here comes Edgar and Kristic down the right-hand side to try and get themselves back into it here. If they nearly concede at the other end, can they get a goal up my end? But no, they can't. We'll work it away. Game getting a bit stretched now. And again, there's not much space here for Helu to use and run into, but there aren't that many defenders back there. They have switched to all-out attack, or at least ultra-attacking, because as you can tell from the mini-map, there are a lot of pink shirts in my half and barely any in theirs, but we'll recover that with Casillas, and they'll pump it forward looking for Hussein, who could knock this down to Villalba, which is what I tried to do, but they've won it back well. 5 minutes to go, still 2-0. Should have been 3 though. Friendship with a throw. Back there to Kiko Feminia. Dropping deep is Pineda. Will help it on to Galdamez. And there's some space here for oh, this is Galdamez. Oh, blocked by Vigorai. I thought it was Galdamez in the middle, but it wasn't. It was Villalba that helped the ball on its way. Fran even will whip the corner. Pineda's up, but Torres heads away. And Santos will look to complete the clearance. 2 minutes added on at the end of the half here. And to be fair, I'm in a bit of trouble here. If he'd gone over the far side again rather than down the line on this near side, then he would have been in there to try and get themselves one back. But as it happens, it's a 2-0 scoreline, and we will take ourselves into the second leg in high spirits after getting a decent victory there. We'll head back to the transfer window now, see if we can't confirm some contracts. Transfer offer immediately for Heselu as we drop back from Leipzig, but as we mentioned, he's not going to go anywhere. I am intrigued to see what sort of offers come in from those, so I won't select the reject all offers tab, because I always find it interesting to see who is interested in my team and what sort of prices they're willing to pay. 3 emails here though. They're all declined contracts. They want bigger squad roles. Okay. Well, I can't remember whether I offered them. I think I offered them important first team player, didn't I? I'm going to have to offer them crucial, I think, for every role. To be fair, Cicciaretti will be crucial because he'll be playing in the first team as Correa and I'll just have to offer them all crucial because Correa and Villalba will go back to their parent clubs as their loans run out. Vezo wanted to be a crucial first team player as well, which I'm more than happy to offer him. So we've got some potentially very, very good players coming into us next season. 5 more emails here. Hopefully a number of them, 9 emails now. Hopefully a number of them are accepted. They're not. We've got a couple down here that are accepted. So Guidi, oh, these are the youngsters, aren't they? Okay, so the youngsters are accepting. Lucas Castro wants a bigger squad role. This is going to be a pain in the backside, isn't it? But not to worry. I'll offer him 3 years and crucial. We should be able to get all these players in. Keeping them happy once they're here might be a bit of an issue, but once they're in, and that's all that matters, isn't it? They can't just weasel out of their contracts by being unhappy. So we'll offer everyone what they want to get them in, and then hopefully we should be able to just manage the team accordingly, and everyone will get enough first-team football to maintain their morale. Rico's actually a player that I was particularly keen on, so I'll offer him crucial first-team player, and I'd probably start him ahead of Varela. Well, would I not? I don't know. I don't know, because Varela is very good for me. We'll head now. Oh no, we've got even more emails. 5 coming in here before this second game of the episode against Atletico Madrid. It's going to be more youngsters accepting their contracts, isn't it? It is. Now what I can do now, Hurtado wants to discuss wages as well. What I can do now is go into the transfers tab and actually set all of those guys, all of those kids available for loan. Oh, he wants an extra £125 a week. Okay, my man. I'm sure I can stretch to that. Say for future first team player again. But yeah, I can now set all of those youngsters available for loan, can't I? So if I sort by age, Wolf, yeah, there we go. Add for 1 year loan. No, Wolf, we don't want to. Rivero. Do I go short loan? No, I'll add them for 1 year. Why not? It's not. They're not going to be jumping straight into the first team next season either, are they? So we can loan them until next January. 1 year loan. Aguado, no. Fontana, 1 year loan. Carazzo, 1 year loan. Everybody else there, I think, is staying put. Yes, they are. Okay, well, they're all available for loan now, so hopefully we get some bids in for them as well. But for the time being, it's time to take on Atletico Madrid. Salomon Rondon. Nice ball down the line for Angel Correa to run onto and at pace, but thankfully Tabio has the strength to hold him off. I have started a number of, I say rotation, I won't say second string players in this game because, to be fair, our squad depth at the minute is pretty decent. A lot of the players seem to be around about the same sort of rating between my first team and those that are trying to get into the first team. So there's not that much difference. It's just that obviously some players have more specialised skill sets, like great dribbling or great strength or great powerful finishing in the shape of Haselu. But obviously Jonathan Pereira has been quite deadly for me. So whilst Haselu has the shot power, Jonathan Pereira perhaps has the shot accuracy, and he's in here and he could get off to a great start, and he has done. Talking about the shot accuracy, finding that bottom corner beautifully. We lead at the Vicente Calderon after just 10 minutes. Lovrencic jumps over the tackle from the man in the middle, racing away Pereira. Really nice finish. Very, very nice finish. Jan Oblak couldn't do anything about that. Wasn't even Jan Oblak. That's Miguel Moya down into the bottom corner. Not sure why they're not playing Jan Oblak. Perhaps he's moved on. I can't remember him being transferred away from Atleti in this save, but regardless of wherever he is, it was Miguel Moya in goal, and he couldn't stop it. Atletico 0, Oviedo 1. Cut out by Lewis. Into Lato. There's Caicedo. We get it quickly into Fran Villalba. And rushing forward is Jonathan Pereira, and we'll go for the 1-2. Fran Villalba in the box. Villalba to make it 2-0, and has done in quite some fashion. Put his foot right through that. Atleti are doing what Barcelona did. They're not playing a full-strength side against me. Show you their starting 11 here. Miguel Moya, Theo Hernandez, Godin, Savic, Vesalico, Oliver Torres, Kranovita, Partey, which is Thomas, Mensa or Bernard, Angel Correa and Salomon Rondon. No Griezmann, no Gabi, no Carrasco. It's a strange decision, no Jose Maria Jimenez. Teams keep underestimating us. The big sides keep underestimating us. Real Madrid played a weak side against me. It was only because Bale came off the bench that they won that one. Barcelona underestimated me and we battered them. And it appears Atleti have underestimated us as well, and we're battering them too. Pineda. Blocked, but we'll try again. Pereira, round the corner there to Galdamez. Poke it for Villalba. Don't think we're going to score 3 inside half an hour again. Deflected and a good save by Miguel Moya. We scored 3 inside half an hour against Barcelona. We nearly did it again here against Atleti. That's a decent ball in. But Kranovita wins the header. Underneath this is Oliver Torres and Jonathan Pereira, I believe. Galdamez will pick up the loose ball. Thomas on my shoulder. Pineda here. I could have got the shot off, but wasn't enough space really. Villalba will turn. I'm going to need support here, and it is arriving from Galdamez. Let's go back across there into Lovrencic, who's turned well. Lovrencic trying to get the shot off, and he's done well to keep hold of possession. And we have scored 3 goals inside half an hour here, away from home against Atleti. We were 3-0 up at this moment against Barca at the Camp Nou, and now we're 3-0 up against Atleti at the Vicente Calderon inside the opening. I just don't understand why the CPU underestimates me time and time again. We're in the top 4. We're clearly having a good season. Yes, we've lost 2 in a row prior to this in the league, but evidently, playing weakened sides against me is going to get you a bad result. Atleti 0, Oviedo 3. Pineda through the gap. Hernandez will get it back to Pineda. And Villalba's there, and I'm looking to turn. I can't make it fall, surely. Oh, I can't. I can! I can! Villalba didn't shoot there. It just hit him on the foot, and it was a terrible first touch. But the keeper had already committed to the dive. I don't know where this result has come from, but I'm rather happy that it has arrived. And yeah, to be fair, it was that dodgy touch that dinked it over the top of the keeper. If I'd have shot on the floor, he probably would have saved it. 4-0. This is outrageous. Kranovita brings that down. Across there to Thomas. To Bernard Mensa. In there to Kranovita. Building nicely here, Atleti. They might get one back before half-time. This is good football. Theo Hernandez in the box, waiting for that pullback. He's dinked it instead. Casillas can only punch away, and Lato clears. There's a chance for Atleti to get something back, but it's really not been good enough from them in this half. I don't think they've actually had a genuine shot on goal yet. Let's have a quick look at the match facts. No, they haven't. sums everything up about this Atletico game so far. Very much one-sided. Kevin Gamero and Koke coming on at half-time, but you get the feeling it's perhaps a little bit too late for Atleti, to be completely honest. You're already 4-0 down at half-time, lads. You should have started players like that at the beginning of the game, and then maybe you wouldn't have found yourself in this situation. Koke immediately loses the ball, but to be fair, I've given it straight back to them. Salomon Rondon did nothing in that first half other than power through a couple of players, but obviously, as you saw from the stats, no shots on goal for them in that first 45. Here's Bernard twisting and turning, but he can't get away from Fernandez. They've got a hot... If I can score 4.5, they can score 4.5, but I don't think they will. Pineda out to Lovrencic. In behind Bernard Mensah here. I'll look for the cross. And... Oh! Basalico didn't need to touch that. But Jonathan Pereira got so very close to getting onto the end of it. I think they made another change, Atleti. They brought on Kevin Strootman for Kranovita. And Bernard's knocked that down. Villar will get it under control. Hit it early, but it's well blocked by Kevin Strootman. First action in the game is to get a block on a shot. They've actually got a man go down, which is rather unfortunate for them considering they've just made their third and final substitution. Hopefully, for their sakes, he's able to continue. If they are to get back in the game, they're going to need... Oh, he's able to continue. I was going to say, they're going to need all 11 players. Here's Strootman down the right-hand side. Pretty sure they didn't want him to come on and play right wing, but here's Kevin Gamero. Out-muscled by Tabio. Counter-attack opportunity. You get the feeling that they're only going to send more and more people forward trying to get themselves back in the game, which is only going to open up more and more opportunities for me to come up on the counter-attack. But unfortunately, played the wrong pass at the wrong time there, or the right pass at the wrong time. It was the right option to use, but I just didn't quite play it at the right moment to ensure that we could get through to potentially score a fifth. We haven't scored 5 in a game yet, I don't think. I can't remember scoring 5. I'm sure one of you in the comment section will be able to jog my memory if I have. You'll be like, oh, actually, Ches, in Season 1 you scored 5 against Leganés or something like that. I can't remember, but you guys have better memories than me when it comes to remembering stuff that happens in my series. But Kevin Gamero is trying to work something for them here. It's a nice, well, it was a nice ball inside, but it was a misplaced ball inside, and Villar will come away on the counter. Pereira will poke that in front of Lovrencic, who's got the pace to get away from Teo Hernandez here, but not the strength, unfortunately. Oh, but he has got the ball back inside. Jonathan Pereira, deflected corner. Yep, we do. I could have played that on there to Villar, but it's a decent delivery. Pineda's underneath it. Joaquin Correa heads it away. Pereira will knock it back. In there to Villar, held it on to, or was meant for Pineda, but Lovrencic will get the turn in. Is he going to score his second and now fifth? No, he's not. Ed Lewis was onside, I believe. No, he was not. 25 minutes to go, still 4-0. Teo Hernandez dinks that forward, and Godin knocks the ball down. Strootman backwards, but they're not building anything there, and there's the final whistle. So it's going to be, rather shockingly, a 4-0 win away from home against second-placed Atletico Madrid, where they didn't have... Well, to be fair, I know for a fact they did have a couple of shots in that second half, so I'm not sure why it still says 0. Admittedly, the shot from Kevin Gamero that I probably won't have shown you flew into row Z from about 30 yards, but it was definitely a shot, not a pass. I'm a bit speechless at that. I don't know where that result came from. Similarly with the Barcelona one, I'm just not sure. Prado's accepted a contract offer. Cicciaretti has also accepted the contract offer. He will come in on a pre-contract next season. We still have 100 grand to spend wage budget-wise. Transfer offers in for Kiko Femenia, who I'll be rejecting. And it was the other one for Figueira, who I'm actually looking to sell on. It was £425,000 from Bolton. I'll ask for 600, and we'll see what they say. There's no point selling him under value if I don't have to. So we'll see what we can do there. But that's another youngster that I can add to the loan list. Was it Prado? Yes, there we go. Purchase this season, Prado. Add to the thing for 1 year. There we go. Right then. Let's advance a little bit further. And as far as the second leg there against Alves, and see if any of the other contracts we offered get accepted. And then we can end the episode. Rico has accepted. He will join us. We have a new left-back for next season. Or a new rotation left-back. Ruben Vezo, we have a new centre-back for next season too. He comes in for £20,000 a week from Valencia. That's 2 new signings. Korba's rejected, doesn't want to relocate. Stocker doesn't want to relocate either. They both were very expensive at 30 grand each-ish. And that would use up all of the budget I had left, really. So we'll hold off there and see if you guys actually have any suggestions. Timor is accepted. That was 10 grand. There we go. Another 77 rated player coming in. These are players that will probably and Castro as well. They'll come in, they'll do a job for 1 year, and then we've got the money there tied up in them to sell on so that we can actually do something in future windows and not have to rely on purely pre-contracts to bring new players in. So even if we're signing players purely for the objective of selling them on in 12 months' time, it's still a good thing to do. So for now, that's going to bring today's episode to a close. 2 very good results on the back of yesterday's 2 very poor results. So I'm glad we've hit some form again. Drop the video a like if you enjoy. Subscribe to the channel to make sure you don't miss out on more. Let me know your pre-contract suggestions, and I'll see you next time.